right, gentle people, so same day, another video, but about a completely different topic. And if you saw the very first video that I did, I said that I didn't really have any specific idea for how I was going to go with this channel. It was just going to be something pretty organic and, you know, depending on what I felt like at that particular point in time. So today I decided to talk about something that has been resting on my heart for a while now. I mean, I was about to say since birth, but I surely was not thinking about it since birth, but just for a very, very, very long time. And that has to do with hair. And, you know, you might think, okay, so you've been talking about paint and art and all that good stuff. What does hair have to do with art? And what does hair have to do with being creative? And I was doing my morning pages this morning and it kind of hit me. It hit me that hair is very much correlated with creativity. And before I lose you, let me explain. In order for you to create, and you know, I think everybody is an artist, everybody is creative. Stop for a second and just hold your hands out and look at them, right? Take a good long look at them. If you have hands, and you know, I know people who don't even have hands and still can create, but what I basically meant was that you're alive, you're breathing, you are creative, and it just depends on how you look at things, how you see things, because seeing is a lot different from looking, right? So I think that everybody has the ability to be creative. How it ties in with hair to me is this. Especially as a Black woman, one of the things that we're taught is awful is our hair from a very early age, and it's something that happens inadvertently, and it's something that is on purpose sometimes, right? I had my first perm when I was like 5 years old, and for many years I didn't even know. I had no idea what my own real hair felt like. I mean, I could see it in pictures before I was 5, but I didn't know what my hair was like. And people still used to make these comments about, oh, you have good hair because you have Indian or you have China in your family. But hello, I'm still very much Black, so that is what was really showing in my hair. And you know, we live in a society and we live in a culture where if you don't have the good hair, then you're thought of as not beautiful and you don't fit the standard definition of beauty. And what that basically means to me is that, especially as Black women with Black hair, we kind of grow up rejecting ourselves and we're not even aware of it, but this constant rejection of yourself is not cool, right? So in order to be creative, you have to operate from this place of truth, and you have to be very trusting of yourself and of the process. And like, how difficult is that if you have hair on your head that is natural, that you don't accept, right? And I'm not saying that you're just blatantly going, oh, I don't accept my hair on purpose, but like, you're not even aware of it. So this is my natural hair in its very natural state. The only thing I have in it right now is like this oil mixture that I make with some shea butter and olive oil and coconut oil, and I put a little bit of lavender oil in there too. But as you can see, that's pretty much it. I've had locks, I've had a perm. I grew locks twice actually. I put texturizer in my hair, and I did all of those things at some point in my life because I just was not okay with my hair being the way it was. And I remember when I eventually cut it off completely years ago, short, and because I just couldn't take the chemicals anymore. Even though I was very young, I knew that just something was off, because I remember I went to get a perm and it was the weirdest thing. I could almost taste the chemicals in my throat as the woman was doing my hair, and it burned like crazy the next day. So I was like, you know what, this is the end of it. That is like the end of my perm story. I don't know what is going to happen afterwards and I don't care, but just cut it off. And when I went to the hairdresser, the woman refused to cut my hair. She was like, oh no, because literally my hair was like past my shoulder at that point in time, but it was a perm. She was like, oh, I'm not cutting it off. Like, why would you cut off all that good hair? Eventually I actually had to go to a barber. I was like, dude, just chop it off, take off. take it off, take off the whole thing. And I felt so liberated and free. But then what you're faced with afterwards is, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, I don't have any knowledge of my natural hair. How do I take care of it? And even though I've been wearing my natural hair for a very, very long time, I was still very unaware of how to take care of it. So I became one of those product junkie people, and I kept throwing all different things in my head because you keep wanting to try to find something that works with your hair. And there are even products that are technically for black hair, but trust me, they weren't doing anything for my hair. So it's like product after product, and it's so much money down the drain because you buy something, you try it 2 times and you don't work. That's the end of it. If you don't throw it away, then you have to give it to somebody else for them to try in their product junkie journey. So anyway, back to the whole idea of creativity. It's about truth. It's about being authentic. Even though I know that word authentic is bantered about a lot, it's still very real to me because this is my hair, this is me, and you really have to kind of trust yourself and own who you are. And you know, we still live in this society where if your hair is not a certain way, then people kind of look at you funny. And it's weird though, because let me tell you something. When I had locks, black people did not give me anywhere near as much compliments as white people, which was like weird because I would have black people go like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that to your hair? Like, you had nice hair. And then white people would be like, oh my goodness, your hair is so nice. So that kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. But in any event, as you can see, like I said, this is my natural hair, and I think it's a part of the whole idea of self-care. You learn how to take care of your hair, you learn how to take care of yourself, you learn how to take care of everything that's going on inside here, because you have to be free and open and clear in order to create. So I'm probably going to talk about this more depending on what I feel like, but I just wanted to kind of put that out there because I very much feel that, you know, how you accept yourself as a black woman, especially with the hair, like, you know, this is the first thing that people kind of see. You know, they look at your hair, and I have let me just put that out there. I have no problem with a weave and braids, and you know, a lot of women use those for protective styles. But the deal is this, and I used to tell this to my high school kids when I was teaching high school, if you have a weave on your head and you don't know who you are and you don't accept yourself, take the weave off of your head, figure out who you are first, and once you're cool with that, you can put the weave back on. But don't wear this weave as, you know, I need it on my head because like I'm going to look crazy with my natural hair if I do, or I don't know how to take care of my natural hair, because there's so many videos here on YouTube free of cost. And if you don't know how to take care of your natural hair, go to somebody who will, because there's so many hairdressers out there now that specialize in natural hair. So that is pretty much it. Be yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, and a huge part of that is the hair. All right, so thank you very much. I know this was like a total departure from what I normally talk about, and it's actually my longest video, so you must know I was really feeling this. So thank you very much for joining me today, and again, peace.